All right, let's do this. Hello, good morning, everybody. This is our morning market update for June the 1st of 2017. My name is George. Nice to meet you. I'm just packing. I'm getting ready to head out for a trip. Going to be doing Delray Beach, Florida, and Nicaragua as well. But it's not going to change anything in the way that we do our sessions. We're still going to have these live morning updates. Before we start today, I want to take a moment to ask the YouTube audience to help me out. All right, I need your help. Here's what I need your help with. I'm making some strategy decisions here on this YouTube channel on how to go forward with it, and I'd like to hear your input. So if you're listening today, please take 1/2 of a second and just post a comment below and let me know. Do you want to see some information outside of just trading? Do you want me to mix up some of my travels in there as well, some of the lifestyle things, and take you on the road with me? Again, I'm going to focus on quality trading content, but I'm going to mix in segments and one-off videos on how to pack while you trade. So I shot that video yesterday and other content. So if you want to hear about that, put yes at the bottom. And also I want to get your feedback on what do you want to find out as a trader. I love to create content that you guys are wondering about. I'm not just talking just for the sake of talking. I genuinely want to help you out there. So please, in the comment box, answer 2 questions for me. Number 1, do you want me to take you on the road for some of my trips and adventures? And number 2, what do you want to see on this channel? What kind of information do you want me to provide for you? I'd be really, really happy and thankful if you just put that below in the comment box. All right, that's all I wanted to start today's session, and I thank you for your participation because I know some of you are already doing it, right? Right? Maybe not. All right, today's markets. Let's get started. Today's markets, Japan's up 1.1%, big gain. Hong Kong up 0.6%. China down 0.5%, so it's deviating a little bit. In Europe, in London, up 0.5%. Paris is up 0.7%. Frankfurt up 0.4%. So equity is green across the board, and that's spilling over into the U.S. Open of the session. S&P is 0.1% higher and rallying at the moment. You can actually see the upside bid. We'll talk about why. Some good news just came out of the United States this morning. And we have a huge event at 3 p.m. Huge. It's going to be huge. I'll tell you why in a moment. Crude oil is up 0.2%. Gold is down 0.5%. This Sunday, I'm going to share a really big update with our subscribers on gold. The big money is stepping in a big way, and I'll show you how, when, why, and what that means. Look out for that this Sunday. This Sunday on Market Analysis Live, we're also going to talk about this Fed balance sheet, very widely misunderstood. I'm going to tell you this Sunday why a Fed unwind of the balance sheet might cause a 30% drop in the stock market. I'll tell you when, how, and why, and the other alternatives this Sunday. It's going to be a big bonanza on the Fed balance sheet unwind. If you want to understand everything about the Fed and the unwind, subscribe, become a subscriber to the Day Trader Pro package. I guarantee you, you're going to be happy or your money back in 30 days. No questions asked. I don't care. If you don't like it, I don't like that you don't like it. Have the money back for your first month within 30 days. All right, here's what we're going to talk about. Today's economic calendar. We have auto sales and chain store sales. All right, we had the Challenger job cut report. We'll talk about some of that data in a moment. Fed's Powell speaking at 8:15. We had ADP. We had the jobs report. The ADP report comes the day before the big report of the month. The massive report tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time is non-farm payrolls. Now, if you want to trade that with us live, you could sign up again for the Day Trader Pro package or the bundle. It's included in there. We're going to start trading tomorrow morning at 8:15 a.m. So to the subscribers here in the trading room, take that as a note. We're starting early tomorrow. I got a late hockey game tonight, so I might be groggy, but I'll be there. All right, I'll be there in full capacity. All right, ADP jobs this morning. Remember, precursor to what could happen tomorrow. We had a blowout number, 181,000 expected, 253,000 release. That's smashing expectations. That's a really positive jobs number in comparison to April, where it totally whiffed. It missed the mark. What that's done is it's put a lot of positive expectation for tomorrow's non-farm payrolls number. If non-farm payrolls demolish the report tomorrow and absolutely skyrocket, some of that's already built into today's market price by means of the ADP. You have to know that as a trader. That's stuff you have to start pricing in and asking yourself, what's the market believe? Remember, when you're trading news, when news is impacting the market, it's not what the news number is, it's what the market thinks it means, okay? It's the reaction to the news number that gets traded and not the news number. So it's not always positive number buy. negative number sell. I wish it were that easy. Okay, if it were that easy, there'd be no market because everyone would make money. If everyone makes money, the market wouldn't exist. All right, so blowout number this morning after a big plunge in April. That's putting a positive hype into the market right now. It's bidding. S&P 500s are above yesterday's U.S. session high, currently holding the 15.75 bid. I'm looking at the DOM here. There's some real thick bids down 837, 929, 923, all around the 14 even levels. So we're opening positive. There's going to be some upside trade today. I think we might even go and push into a new high. In fact, we're there, all right, on the S&P. Other news that you got to watch for today. Oh, by the way, tomorrow the one thing you have to watch for in tomorrow's non-farm payroll, it's not the headline jobs number. That's always nice. The algos trade that. They scalp and try to murder one another. I stay out of the way until after the report. But the one thing you have to watch is the average hourly earnings. Okay, it's great that we're getting more jobs, but it's all the service jobs. And we'll talk about that. Actually, let's talk about it right now. Of the 253,000 jobs, according to ADP, that were added in the month of May, 205,000 were service jobs and only 48,000 were production jobs, productions of goods, manufacturing. Okay, so predominant portion of the gains came in the services sector. I'm not saying services jobs, I'm not knocking them in any way whatsoever. You got to work, you got to pay the bills, and I respect that. All right, but service jobs are not the type of jobs most people look for. So that's a nice add number. However, it's indicative maybe of a little bit softer of a number in terms of the quality of jobs. How do we confirm the strength tomorrow? If we get a really good, strong average hourly earnings increase by 0.1% even, that would put a little bit more bid into the market. So that's what the market is now looking at tomorrow. You heard it here first. And yeah, that's all I could say. That being said, tomorrow's YouTube update may or may not happen at 9 a.m. because if I'm still trading the non-farm payrolls number, I obviously will not be doing a YouTube update. All right, now there's an 88.8% chance of a Fed rate hike in June. Those numbers are going to probably go up, and they will depend very heavily as well on tomorrow's non-farm payroll. So big release tomorrow. That's on the jobs front. Today at 9:45 a.m. we have PMI manufacturing index out of the United States. Manufacturing has been a big promise of the Trump campaign. Let's see how it's progressing. Chinese manufacturing data showed contraction for the first time in 1 year overnight. So you have to know this. China is one of those economies that if they sneeze over there on the other side of the world, the US will catch a cold first thing in the morning. So it's very, very important to keep an eye out on the Chinese economy. They just had a soft manufacturing number. That's why of all the markets, they're down 0.5%, while Japan and Hong Kong are up 0.6 and 0.1. Reverse, Japan's up 1.1, Hong Kong's up 0.6. All right, that's coming up at 9:45 p.m. Be interesting to see how the manufacturing index hits. As well, we have ISM manufacturing index at 10. At 10 a.m., we also have construction spending. At 10:30, we have natural gas inventory today. And at 11, we have EIA, Department of Energy crude inventory report. We got a super busy economic schedule today. Today's an opportunity to make money. I'll put this note out for you guys. Today's a day trading day. Don't get out there and hold for 10, 15, 30-point wins. Get in there, take your profit, and GTFO. I'll let you Google what that means. Money supply at 4 p.m. 3 p.m. today, Donald Trump is speaking about the Paris Climate Accord. I'll talk about that in a minute because it's very important. First, I want to talk about oil. Okay, so oil overnight rallied a little bit. Last night around 4:30 p.m. on the private data release for inventory, we had the following numbers. We had a minus 8.7 million barrel draw. All right, that's an amazing beat. That put a bid into the market. Oil rallied because of that number. As supply comes out of inventory, that means there's either increasing demand or decreasing supply. In this case, it's decreasing supply. All right, minus 8.7 million. Gasoline was minus 1.7 versus 3.2. Gasoline a little bit softer, but crude oil inventories, man, they blew it out of the water. It's a very strong report. It got bullish. Overnight, though, all those gains got erased. All right, it got sold off. And it stopped right at the level before the release. What I need you guys to do on your charting is go in there for these important releases, and right before the number comes out, put a horizontal line on your chart. Know that that's the level right before the release because that's often good support. So what happened in oil? Strong API, it bounced, rebounded overnight. This morning, OPEC comes in and saves the day. Here's what OPEC said. They could revive the idea of a deeper supply cut at the next meeting if oil inventories stay high. Two sources familiar with the matter are cited in that quotation. So OPEC comes in to the rescue and says, hey, we could cut more in the future. Don't worry, oil, we need you to rebound. That's why oil's bounced off the API level, and at the moment it's looking bid. It opened 48.37, trading 48.45s now on the crude contract, and upside's a good level. Overnight low here was 48.20ish or so, maybe 21. I'd have to hover my mouse over it, and I can't right now. All right, so watch for today's report at 11 a.m. Just a reminder why it shifted. It's usually on a Wednesday. It's on Thursday this week because Monday was a holiday. So when it's a holiday, they shift everything forward one day. Donald Trump, today at 3 p.m., Trump is speaking. And this is the last point I'm going to talk about because then I got to get going and open up the trading room with our guys. They're actually on the they're in the room now and listening to this as well, but we got to look at some levels and get ready for the open. At 3 p.m. today, Donald Trump is going to go in and most likely at the moment, what the market's pricing in, pull out of the Paris Climate Accord. Basically, what the Paris Climate Accord is an agreement between about 200 countries to limit their carbon emissions, all right, to reduce the pollution for climate change, right? They support climate change. Donald Trump believes climate change is a hoax, all right? I don't know what there is to believe or not about climate change. I mean, it's changing. Climate is changing. Question is it because of our emissions or not? That's a whole different point. I think it's helping the situation, but I also think there's natural tendencies involved in that as well. All right, there's a cooling and warming period. We're in a warming period, but I'm sure carbon emissions aren't helping. So if he pulls out of this accord, that's actually really bullish for oil. So watch for oil. Why is it bullish for oil? Because it's seen as a measure to reduce emissions. If he pulls out of that, the United States will be able to then turn into higher auto emissions. So Volkswagen will probably be happy. They'll be like, hey, no catalytic converters on all our future cars. But if that happens, that's actually good for oil, bad for the environment. So short environment, long oil. That's what you have to watch for. That's what the market's getting excited about at the moment. And I think crude's going to catch a bit if that becomes official. It's at 3 p.m. Unfortunately, I have no intention to be there in the room unless my morning goes terrible. If I don't do well, then I'm going to have to trade to the closing bell to make it back. But I got a good feeling about today, trust me. That's all I got for you. So 3 p.m., stay on the wire, watch that. We got a massive economic release here. Agenda, lots of stuff. Jobs are strong. The market's ripping up here. I'd say let's wait for the open and find an opportunity to jump on board. You guys have a great session. Trade careful out there. Please help us with your feedback. I'd love to know, would you like to come on the road with us and see some of the other stuff outside of the trading office, some of the cool things? You're not going to get, let me tell you what you're not going to see if you say yes. You're not going to see marketing based on materials. I've never been a fan of material marketing. I'm not going to go in there and drive Ferraris and put it on YouTube. I think that's ridiculous. You need to be more humble about success, especially driving a Ferrari. It's not what it's cracked up to be. It's nice, but the attention stinks. You got to worry about every pothole, every speed bump. You park in front of windows to make sure nobody scratches the car. It's more hassle than it is anything. It's more for the show. You drive a Ferrari, you take that thing to the track. All right, guys? But I mean, enjoy it. You work hard for it. If you got one, love it. Love it and enjoy your stuff. I would never do that to you. Just more useful stuff, more things on the road. Take you around with me as I travel and trade. Because what the heck, one of the benefits of trading is the ability to travel, to unplug and go anywhere in the world. I'm going to be taking more advantage of that in the next couple months. So yes or no on the comment box, and what do you want to learn so I could put together some really good content for you guys. At the end of the day, we do this for you. We appreciate you, and we'll see you at the next video. Take care. Have a safe trading session. Friday, tomorrow morning, 8:30, massive number. Sign up as a TradePro subscriber. Click the link in the corner or below. Join us. That starts at 8:15 a.m. Eastern time. See you there. Take care and goodbye.